Well, hello again. I'm reading you No Naked Walls. This is chapter 39. It's also the last chapter in book 2, which is Where's Your Gallery Now? So you've had Say You Want to Own an Art Gallery, Where's Your Gallery Now? The next book will be Now You're the Artist, Deal With It. So this chapter 39 is called Crimson Red, the Final Curtain. A letter arrives in a brown envelope with an unusual postage stamp. It's splattered in some foreign language I don't recognise. Belinda opens it in her usual debonair manner and stares at the contents a while. I don't think you're going to like this one bit. She hands the letter to me and heads for the kitchen. I'll get you a drink. Dear Sirs, we act on behalf of clients who have purchased the building you occupy, who intend to redevelop the block. Accordingly, we are serving notice under blah 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 to vacate the premises by the 3rd November this year. If any problems arise from compliance with this correspondence, please put them in writing to our office for due consideration. Yours sincerely, Mr. Nonentity. Shit. They can't do this, surely. I've been here 20 years, give or take. I don't know how I feel. Numb? Frozen, maybe. Surely they can't do this without more notice. Surely not. Or can they? A thought crosses my knitted brow. It's a sign. I could move. I could cry. I could. I should. I would. There's only one thing to do. I will party. The gallery will show its appreciation to all its artists and customers over the years. After all, if in doubt, there's only one thing to do, and that's to party hard. Belinda, you can come out now. The door opened sheepishly to admit a red-eyed assistant. Belinda's bottom lip quivers. Is this for real? She mutters. Bloody well looks like. I'll ring my solicitor and find out. This is going to cost. I can feel it in my bones, and my bones' bank account won't like this one little bit. A thought. The wine shop's going to have to close as well. So we'll have to make this an even larger do than when we opened up. I must be mad. Although, here's an opportunity to do what I've always wanted to do. To paint. To be the artist. Charlie arrives late in her usual effervescent, I met a man last night self-persona. I love a party. Who's the artist this time? Belinda begins to cry again. It's not an artist. It's the end. It's the death toll party. The gallery's being knocked down. Well, we could open up somewhere else, surely. Charlie's voice raises a decibel or two. No, they can't do this. I love working here. You must find somewhere else to open. Surely. She looks at me hard in the eye. Does this mean we can at least... Don't even go there. Oh, you're such a spoiled sport sometimes. Shall we advertise we're closing? A pre-obituary statement? Belinda drops back into work mode. I don't think so. Let's just invite some friends. I do begin to well inside. One last time, eh? Everyone knows you. Invite everyone. Listen up, my dear trusty team. Sometimes in life shit happens for a reason. You have to look at the positives. And today's in the fridge. Bring forth that large bottle of champagne. It's under the Chablis. Let's start the wake now. The pop of the cork may not change the atmosphere, but the second glass of fizz starts to thaw the women. To my great team, Charlie gives me a large hug, squeezing too tight. She whispers in my ear, you really don't know what you're missing. Thank you for the fun. I'll let my little dream win. Maybe in another life. Shall I come back as your gardener or your butler? The invite we decide to issue does not say we're closing down. We pick something more dramatic. Le finale. The final. However, today still has to be business as usual. One has to keep paying the bills. The first old customer of the day through the door is Mrs. Topping with a young chap on her arm. She's wearing a long pleated cream skirt with a matching almost see-through blouse. The smile on her face lights up like a heading on the Sunday paper. Champagne! What's the occasion? We all look at each other. Nobody's sure what to say. Love, says Belinda. All you need is love. Well, we'll drink to that, won't we, Brad? The three of us smile knowingly at each other. We know what you've been doing. I'm looking for a little something as a thank you, says Mrs. Topping. Let's see what we've got hidden in our stock room. Mrs. T, follow me. She lightly trips along in my wake and whispers in my ear, "Isn't he a dish? I feel like I've come back to life." Mind you, I'm still very disappointed you haven't telephoned me. You should have. I'm almost speechless. My loss, I nod, then to business. May I ask how much you'd like to spend on this thank you? Oh, just a couple of grand, she says. He's better value than joining the gym. She pokes me in the ribs with her elbow. I show her a few things, unwrapping boxes and pulling out etchings. I don't believe she really cares what she wants to buy. She's come in to display her new workout. How sweet. Memo time. Never underestimate the power of a woman on a mission. Actually, change that. Never underestimate the power of a woman. Full stop. This should put the bloody feminists to right. My accountant rings, telling me to put all the paperwork in order and remind me that I have to keep every bit of it for 6 years for tax purposes. Oh, what joy. It doesn't take long for the news to spread, mind you. Well, there's no news like bad news, and it does bring people in. The masses gather for the cull. Everyone wants a bargain. I suppose it's human nature to grab what you can. I decide to abstain from drinking till closing night. Don't ask me why. It's a protest of sorts, of a self-depriving punishment for all the good times. To the outside world, it's business as usual. But inside, I feel like this is the precursor to doing what I want to do. What have I got to lose? My sanity went out the window years ago. I must stop talking to myself. The sad thing is that there are still good artists wanting appointments to see me, and I hate saying no. Some don't believe I'm refusing them, and they're quite rude. One chap actually wrote to say he spent 5 years building up the confidence to ask. Maybe I should reply, come back 5 years ago. No, that's not fair. Time travel doesn't exist, apart from rushing forward towards foreclosure. It all hits home when the landlords enter with 2 suited gents. Their trousers are too short, so they must be officials. One has a clipboard and the other a memo tape recorder. He flicks the mic on and off annoyingly. "How long has that pipe work been on show?" says official number 1. Is he talking to me? I say nothing. The landlord repeats the same question. "Before you gave me the lease, I believe you should know?" Official number 2 clicks his mic and mutters something. "Is there any reason for you to just walk into my shop unannounced while my business is open? This is an invasion of my rights as a tenant, and I request you to leave now. Make an appointment, preferably after the end of November." Over at my desk, I pick up the phone and dial the local paper. "Hello, is that the press office?" The landlord says, "Can I have a word?" "Any particular reason?" "Well, there might be a problem with that pipe." "Well, now you tell me. That's your problem, matey, not mine. When you've ripped the whole building down, I'm sure you'll resolve it." "Well, we'll have to renegotiate your exit terms based on the pipe work. It's not legal." "I give you 10 seconds to remove yourself from these premises, or that pipe of yours will be shoved right up your..." I stop myself from saying the word. I'm physically shaking. "Out!" I shout. "Out now!" The 3 men leave. It feels like war's being declared. "Blimey, I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of you," says Charlie, flicking her hair back. "At least, not in the daytime." Right, that's it. The biggest damn party ever. Bring it on, ladies, to war. It's impossible to guess how many will attend, which means it's impossible to cater correctly. So we decide not to have food, just massive bowls of sweets, biscuits, wine gums, all things stupidly silly and childish. There'll be live music too. Where the hell will they go? Ah, who cares? Let's stuff the place to the ceiling and go out in style. As the day draws nearer, a knot grows in my stomach. Am I doing the right thing? Why don't I open somewhere else? Except I've been there, I own the t-shirt, I've printed and designed it myself. But what will Belinda and Charlie do when we close? Memo. Give them glowing references and a farewell bonus. And on the other hand, no more paperwork. No more VAT or insurance and all the myriads of stress just to function. No more 24/7 active alarm systems. Peace. Yes, peace. No more customers. Artist pain in the derrieres and no more breakfast meetings. I'm going to be an artist. Broke or not. It's a sunny day. And I sit with Belinda and Charlie having a coffee before the expected mayhem breaks forth. Usually a pre-brief has involved a quick snifter across the road in the wine bar. But today, we're espresso fooled. There's only one thing I want to say to you two. Sell everything, anything that moves, you name it, deal and deal again, take no prisoners. Let's go, team. We stand up to leave. Paying for the coffee, sir? The waiter hands me the bill. Oh, sorry, I'm a bit preoccupied. I put a tenner in his hand. Keep the change. There's a massive bouquet of flowers leaning outside the door. The unsigned card says, "Goodbye and good luck." I haven't the foggiest idea who it's from. Belinda scoops them up, finds a vase and displays them right in the middle of the gallery. People start to trickle in from about midday. It's a help yourself bar, because for once we're going to be all hands on deck selling off everything. And slowly the gallery fills and the noise levels increase. You can't hear the music now, for the noise of conversations getting louder and louder. There's a violin player trying to move around, serenading anyone who wants to listen. Whose stupid idea is this? I take no responsibility for it this time. In passing, he says to me in a lilting Irish brogue, "I can't hear a feckin' thing. I'm not sure if me fiddle's even in tune." "I'm not sure I know why you're even here, if that helps." He appears a tad upset and fiddles his way into the corner. Artists mingling with customers isn't usually a recommended combination, but it's the dying moment of my gallery and I don't care. You can all do whatever you like, and that's exactly what everyone's doing. Even I get the odd pinch on the bum. Really, you just can't trust the public these days. Belinda grabs my arm and shouts to my ear, "How much do you want for the desk?" "What do you reckon? A ton?" She laughs out loud. "That's exactly what I was thinking. Lots of everything is selling. Will you throw in that vase if I buy these paintings?" "Oh, with pleasure, madam. Please pay over there." The music's blaring. People are actually dancing. If it stands still long enough, it's going to sell. Charlie's on top form. Belinda's the cavalry and all the sweets are being devoured. Strangely, we haven't run out of booze yet. My trusty chair is sold. The countless decision made in it. Good riddance. Yeah, I'm sure it'll look lovely in your office. Thank you, thank you. You'd like a piece of the gallery as a memento? Do you like pipe work? I have a rather unusual bit for sale. Look up if you like. Oh, never mind. How about a glass cabinet with some superb glass to display? Belinda pulls my arm. Someone wants to buy the plant chest. Come into the stockroom now. I follow her, marching quickly. She slams the door, throws her arms around me and kisses me on the lips. You're wonderful. It's been the best job ever. I hold her close. Thank you. Do you want the plant chest? If so, it's yours. No, I've already sold it. I just had this urge to kiss you. And she returns to the fray. I'm humbled, with a genuine feeling of having achieved something. Before I owned my own art gallery, I'd never had a business of my own. And my assistant chief tells me that it's been the best job ever. The kiss is the best bonus I could ever deserve. Back in the main room, the world is going into fast forward and everything and everyone is a bit of a blur. My mind goes back to the opening, my naivety in opening a gallery. How the hell did I get myself into this? I suddenly feel very sad. I should feel proud. I hear the Harry Lime theme playing in the back of my mind, the zither striking my heartstrings. I shout out for everyone to be quiet, and I wait a few seconds. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Friends, clients and artists, lend me your ears. I feel a tear rolling down my cheek. Not now. Don't cry. Come on, hold it together. This gallery wouldn't have been anything without you all. The symbiotic relationship between artists, customers and staff has, I always like to say, put colour into all our lives, and I want to thank you all, especially my dream team who've put up with my little idiosyncrasies over the years. Looks like everything is selling, and remember, everything has to go except me. How much? Shouts somebody in the crowd. There's a massive cheers and the room is full of laughter. My back's being slapped as if I've just won a heavyweight boxing match. We party into the evening and beyond, and the last guest, who I'm sure wasn't invited, leaves at 2 in the morning. The gallery is no more. Well, ladies, I think that's how you throw a closing party. Where shall we go now? Charlie asks. Is she serious? Says Belinda. I'm cream crackered. Home, I believe, is a good idea, I say. Well, can we come with? How about one last glass of something, just the three of us? Come on, Belinda. The night's young and you're supposed to be young too. Trust your aunt. Can't think of a reason why not. Taxi! Next morning, I'm standing outside the shop looking through the plate glass window, staring at my past. It's all gone. Everything's been collected and the place is empty, as vacant as the week before we opened all those years ago. What will never go are the memories and the friends and all the mayhem stored in my head. Still, I've given the keys back to the landlord without wishing him well. How remiss of me. And that's that. 20 years seem to have flown by in a moment. I feel emotional again before the sense of freedom reasserts itself. A release, you could say, despite my brain screaming out in total panic, what the hell am I going to do now? The answer's on the road in front of me. A woman walks right up to me. She's wearing a sloppy cream-coloured jumper, along with a great pair of legs, revealing my sprayed-on drainpipe jeans, capped off by a pair of very expensive crimson patent leather stiletto ankle boots. Not that I notice such details, you know. "Hello, stranger," she says in a familiar gravelly voice. I recognise immediately. It's Miss Top Hat and Tails. How odd. The last time we met was when I hired her for the opening night of the gallery. "Hello, how are you? Where have you been? I haven't seen you in years. What are you doing in this neck of the woods?" "Whoa, whoa, whoa, hang on, whoa, 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 so many questions." "Not a lot, been working away, you know, the sort of thing. I've been thinking of looking in to see you for ages, so I thought I'd see what you're up to, have a spot of lunch or maybe something else. What's happened here? What you done with the gallery?" "The gallery's closed forever. Had to get out. The landlord's redeveloping the block and I'm about to embark on the next phase of my life." "Oh yeah? What's that going to be then? Teacher, or let me guess, an art consultant? You know, something boring?" "Not in the slightest. I'm going to do what I've always wanted to do since I was a teenager." I take a gulp as if I'm about to confess that I've lost my virginity. "I'm going to be an artist myself." "No kidding. Really? You? That's so funny. Do you fancy a muse?" I've never been more serious. I'm going to look after one artist, me, from now on. "So what are you doing the rest of your life?" My heart stops for a moment, thinking what I just said. "Well, I fancy an adventure. Life should never be normal," she says. "Well, you might have to stick around forever, though. That's the deal." "Don't you mean committed?" I rest my case, and I offer her my arm, and she puts hers through mine, and we walk along the pavement to nowhere in particular. Lunch with a muse. Now there's a start. She squeezes and looks at me. Nice biceps. I like a man with good muscles. Oh yes, and a cute bum. Life is good. The end of book 2.